Welcome back, Call to the Pen HQ with the big man, Big Mouth. From the Big Apple, what's going on, everybody? The usual suspects up in the principal's office, shouting them out. OPMG to Capo. Matt Dubb, Capo status. What's going on? Fire Sports as well. Brian Rose, how are ya? Yeah, Brian, Fire dropped the Kirby Kane leader in there yesterday. BJ McGraw, what's going on? Shouting that one out. Again, even when, right, if I'm on a chiller, it doesn't matter. I brought the heat. I brought the heat with me. Nothing wrong relying on your friends. Although, again, I talk about so much losing. And that's why I don't get any new subs. But my betting site is up for the year, but you would never know. Like I said, there's so much more to be learned from losing than there is from winning. You want to do winning, you go hang out with Matt. That's all he's doing lately. Michael K., what's going on, everybody? We got a couple of early games. I think it's 3 at 1 o'clock. Right then there's 1 at 4 o'clock. So we'll jump into the 7 o'clock. So if we get to that, I don't know, you want to call it 15 likes or 20 likes or something. Come on. Hook us up. Rate, review, and subscribe to the audio-only pod because that stuff matters way more than it should. Come on, 20 likes, right? Give me the Benti. Don't come in here asking for a large. We don't do that, right? We only have Bentis. God, I really do not want to be the Starbucks and betting shows. D-Rock Taco Core up in the house, as always. So, all right, let's get to 20 likes. Then we'll do like an afternoon parlay. If you want the whole thing. Hi, Matt's wife, Mrs. Williams with Sevens. Check me out on Twitter on the Bird app at John Laghezza any time of day, any day of the week. Pin tweet will take you to Sharpener. You can follow along with all the fancy statistics that we're doing here. All right, let's have some fun. Let's do it. First up, Bluebirds, north of the border, and Joe Berry's Jose Berrios, minus 110, pretty much even. Going to Baltimore to face the Blackbirds in orange vests. And Kyle Horse Bradish, a little spicy. My boy's starting to pick it up, though. Berrios, let's start with him. I'm feeling pretty good, right? I'm in the fantasy streets. And I definitely have a dub for, and I was never a Berrios guy, but just not giving up on him. Some of the underpinning stuff looking good. 3.6 ERA, right? The ERA coming down. 6.89 OPS. PFIP at 3.5. Walk rate 7.5. The stuff we're looking for. Swing and strike a bit low, but the CSW at 30, so he's getting his called strikes because he is getting ahead, right? That's 62 first strike, 32 O swing, keeping it down 42% of the time. All the stuff we're kind of looking for. Right? He's a viable starter again. But, man, every time I seem to bet on the Blue Jays, they disappoint on offense or we get beat up, right? Orioles went kind of ham on offense. 271 team PA last, 500 PAs, 790 team OPS, 11.5 barrel. They do it with the stick. We got punished like Adley, and that's what's going to happen. Blue Jays jump up early yesterday. I thought it was like, all right, it's about time. They're going to sail, right? It's about time. Let's get an easy one going. And, 2 men on, nobody out. You just don't get it done. You wet yourself. Then the next inning, turnaround, bases loaded, and the other team gets it done. And you can't believe what happened. And that's how baseball is, right? Baseball is very much an opportunistic sport. So I like Joe Berry's. I think the market's behind him. But I also like Bradish. Again, I don't think the season-long stats are really going to do us any justice here because I know he's kind of picked it up as of late. The walk rate down, we want to see it. But the CSW low, first strike really low. Zone contact way up. If the Blue Jays are going to get anybody, it should be Bradish today. I'm probably leaning Blue Jays. I think that's probably where the sharp money is when you're getting them on the rebound. Algo agrees, clear by a half a run, which would definitely justify that. You know what? Let's do. Let's get back on board. Today's going to be rebound day for me. I'm not burying the lead. I'm betting on the Red Sox, darn it. We're not getting swept by the Rockies. I got one eyeball fixed on you, my friend Matt. So if we can get the Blue Jays right around that, I had 110. I just tried to write it down. If we can do even better, again, look at that. L for love, everyone. Betstamp.app/call to the pen, right? If you're going shopping and you can get the same item on 2 different shelves and one of them is 10% cheaper or 5% cheaper, yeah, you would do that, right? So jump on Betstamp. Kind of takes you right there. Matt, you want to laugh? You know what? It's funny. I actually sent a GIF of the crowd was falling over. If you know the GIF. But it ended up looking so cool as a still image. I had to let you have your day in the sun. Oh, my God. The Rockies just there's a rabbit foot or two in that locker room. So give me the Blue Jays on the bounce back. I really think they get it done today. With Berrios. And so, oh, man, I lost the order of my bullpen stuff. Toronto bullpen real good, 50 2/3. 265 Sierra, one flat whip, 29.5 K to only 3% walk. That's kind of how you get it done at the end of games. So I'll roll with Toronto today. Let's move it up. Next up, I know there's a lot. There's a ton of action on this next one. Matt says I'm not betting on Colorado today, though. I think we both have a sniff of Gomber props, right? So nothing on the line there. But whenever you see Gomber, you got to be thinking about the over. I think Matt jumped it before I did. I think he posted 130. I saw 160, so I had to pair it. But there's a couple of walk guys. Let's look at it. Gomber against the Red Sox. Again, I'm not burying the lead. We can't do the first five. It's too juiced up. Give me the full best price we can get, Jay Bird, on the full game cover. What is it, minus 120, 18 at this point? Yeah, we'll take whatever that is. Yeah, we'll take that. Again, we're going to go with the bounce back. I'm not buying it. Devers hit a home run. We're going to start getting it going. Gomber, 7.6 ERA, 1.75 whip, OPS, a hair shy of 1,000. Man, keep that up. That'll land you on the midnight bust at Tuscaloosa. 5.5 Sierra, expected ERA up near 8. 4.3 K minus walk, 7 swing strike, 18 whiff, 39% ball rate. These are all just the bottom of the barrel. 25 O swing, 89 Z-Con. I mean, this guy is it's really bad. 406 expected WOBA. It just doesn't work. Allowing a 377 batting average to lefties, 1,100 OPS, 3.25 home and 9. I mentioned Rafael Devers. Let's bring those bad boys up. Pretty please. So if we're on the plus side of things, I'll go over Rafi Devers for sure. Normally, I would read you some kind of recency stats, but I don't know. He's kind of juiced up. I think he's getting it going. I've been following him pretty close my head-to-head league, and I don't really care about the splits. Like, to me, a guy like that, for me, that stuff's weird. But we're talking about superstars. Guy's a top 15 player in Major League Baseball overall. Oh, I don't want the negative side, man. Really? All right. Is it 105? All right. See, this is me being too cheap. Again, the work says go for it, so let's go for it, man. The thing I was thinking, though, Jay, because, again, the show picks are not doing as well as I want them to. We could always just tone down the risk. Maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll start a week or next month. Instead of going for 10, we can go for 8 or go for 7 again. We don't want to turn the risk down to 0. I'm working pretty hard on this stuff. Other side, Garrett Whitlock, who I tend to really like. Again, his walk prop to the under is another one of those kind of wagon plays. Oh, Jay said we've been on a heater the last couple of days. I wouldn't even know. I honestly don't look at it like that. Gosh, I have a good story from last year, but I can't tell right now. It's going to take too much time. We have too much work to do. So I tend to really like Whitlock. Again, I don't think the numbers tell the real story. 4.8 ERA, 1.25 whip. But the PFIP at 360, walk rate 4.5, ball rate 32. The CSW still up near 30. 75 first strike, 37 O swing, bully metric achieved. Remember, when you roll with us, nuance and context pouring out the nose, we kind of speak our own language, right? Like if you were at the bar near a stadium and heard some of these phrases, you know that they rolled with us. Like, you absolutely know it. If you heard people talking about that, right? First strike plus chase rate, bully metric, like, what is this? Absolutely not. So I love it. When it equals over 100, those are the guys I like. Again, his walk prop is one of those wagons, but it's always so juiced up that I think you got to pair it. But you can go like under Whitlock with over Josiah Gray. Those. Again, they're pretty easy to spot because they're 1.5 on DraftKings, but they're listed at minus 190, let's say. So sometimes the book will give you the clue, right? We're looking for edge. We've done well on the under props with pluses in front of them, but sometimes the more obvious ones are listed. So I just think it's Boston all the way. I'm just not buying anything Colorado is selling. 230-14 BA last 500 plate appearances, 26K to 7 walk, 12.5 swing strike. Those are all bottom 8. 32 fly ball, bottom 8. 64 WRC plus as a team last 500 plate appearances. I can't believe we're losing these games. This is ridiculous, man. In this economy. Unbelievable. Next up. Funny we're on a heater. Maybe you feel better, Jay. Thanks. Like, I wouldn't even know if you're lying to me. Oh, he's a Canadian people, so you know how they roll. Next up, it's the New York Yankees, the Pinstripers, the Bronx Bombers. I love the Highlanders, Garrett Coltrane on the mound. Things starting to get away from us a little bit there. Although, listen, the season-long stuff still very strong. 2.84 ERA, 114 whip. Earned run indicators all below 4. 26K, a bit lower than you'd think. 8% walk, a little higher than we want. 11 swinging strike, just not what you think. The ball rate is low. The first strike rate is high. So he has been able to manipulate people. Remember, Garrett Cole's very good working up in the zone. Forest Sports on the over. I'm such a coward. I whatever. I think that's part of what people enjoy about my work, and You know why they gravitate to me? Because I'm in these streets. I am betting real money on this stuff, working as hard as I can on it, trying to produce the show well, or help to put up my end, the data work, to set this stuff up and be prepared while I'm doing the graphics and all the sheets and stuff that I do. And sometimes I just get afraid. And I talk about how I want a more robust ticket to try and be exposed to more things that I hit. So long story short, I was on the over also. I was like, I'm so far over the F5 over. I think that's what happened. I was over the F5 over. Say that 3 times. But again, hashtag we hate bullpens. I've been trying to get my overs to the full game, but the bullpen stuff when I ran the model didn't come up to the over. But yeah, I'm over this 3.5. Jay, do me a favor. Is the F5 still 3.5? If it is, just take it. If it's near to normal, I don't want to pay $130 for it. Oh, and I called it out. Yuck. It moved to 4. So whatever, of course, there's a CLV that we always talk about. But I got to watch also. People the people that use my work are pretty sharp, and I don't think many people are tailing me necessarily as far as picking the stuff they want, using the data that I put out. So a lot of times I put it out when the algo is screaming, you'll see those lines move, which means even if I don't print it, people are on it, right? That's what I take the most pride in more than my betting record, because I don't get to put full amount of work into that, is the CLV machine I've created. All right, let's move it on. Yankees and Mets. Over 5. Sorry, I just went to skip it. Cole and Verlander. Verlander, 4.85 ERA, 1.3 whip, too many fly balls, too many walks, not enough strikeouts, CSW at 23.5. Way too many foul balls. He's losing around the edge and getting hit in the zone, 89.5 zone contact. So we're going over. Just skip ahead. Next up, it's Pittsburgh in a black and yellow, and Osvaldo Bido. I hope I got that right. I got to be honest. It always kind of amazes me, for the amount of attention I put on the league. But pretty much all year round. And then with draft champions drafting 50-round fantasy teams sort of winter, I even like to think I'm, getting used to seeing the first couple layers of prospects and stuff. It's June, and there's been 24 guys I haven't heard of. Add Beto to the list. Now this is interesting. This is going to remind me of a name that'll come up a little bit later when we get to Olsen for the Tigers. Right? What do you go on when there's no major league stuff? You look at the minor league stuff. Olsen had like a 5.6 ERA, 1.6 whip in the minors, ended up being really good. And I'm wondering, I don't know if I want to challenge my own process, but 55 and a third from Beto in the minors, 4.5 ERA, 1.3 whip, double-digit walk rate. In fact, he's posted a double-digit walk rate across the last couple of, stops in AAA his entire career. He's been a 11 to 12% walk guy with some home run issues in the years before this one. So I'm not really buying it. I normally am even thinking over this guy's going to get mopped up. Other side, Drew Guy Smiley, 3.27 ERA, 1.16 whip. Mixed bag on the indicators. Expected ERA and PFIP down below 3.5. XFIP and Sierra around 4.5, right? Got to keep the eye on that. Because the walk rate's really low, but so is the whiff rate. A lot of zone contact, but he has suppressed hard hits. We know Smiley's very good around the edges. And again, he's death to righties. 208 batting average against righties, 619 OPS. Again, so that line's probably right here, 145. Cubby's picked up, our boy. Really great lessons going on in the chat, by the way. That's a teaser for you audio-only listeners. Rate, review, and subscribe. Jump on over to YouTube, press the like button and the bell, because it stuff matters. An order of magnitude more than it should. No one's like, hey, is that show engaging? Hey, is that show, entertaining? Hey, is this stuff smart? Absolutely no one cares. How many cartoon fingers can we fit inside, your digital arse? All right, let's get it. Oh, man. Our guy Ian Happ kind of bounced back. And I wonder if he's a play. Just blind, right? We talk about that all the time. Being careful, right, with recency stuff. But also we get really great hitters. I was talking about it with Devers. I truly believe in that. When these guys hit, they wake up and they're going to go, they're really good. So if the Hap over 1.5 total bases was, at 140 or something like that, I gave a sniff at it. I'm going to take a look at that one later. But other than that, I think I'm just going to leave this one. Cubs fit pretty well into a parlay. You're probably, if I post a DDP, I haven't done it lately. I've been in my own head, to be honest, a little bit. And whenever I want to tie into the lesson that Matt dropped, this is the restaurant where the chefs eat. The listeners dropping dimes in the comment section. That's what this is about. This has always been more to me about an immersive experience where people feel connected to quality information in a community where there's a common shared degeneracy. And it's when you start I used to say when you scratch your chin a couple times, you let it go. Matt is talking about unknowns and how you just need to avoid them, right? Because again, what are there, like 55,000 games, 4,700 games a season? Again, even if you take a day off, divide that by 7. It's a lot of games, a lot of opportunities, and especially with prop markets, the amount, like the library of things that you could just bet on. It's really nuts. So you shouldn't ever feel rushed. You know what? I'm going to drop my favorite lesson of all time. One of the first things that I kind of really stuck with me to help me move forward. Jay, get ready, right? Lesson of the day from Ye Professore. And it's no bet is better than a bad bet, right? We can quantify this. So if you have $100 and you lose 10%, you're down to $90. If you turn around, make a bet that you win and win 10% of that back, you're only at 99. And though it only sounds like a negligible amount, if you were to repeat that process, you end up at 0. Which, again, so like no bet better than a bad bet. For every 10% you lose, you need 11% to get it back. So think twice before you press the button. Don't tell anybody blind, including yours truly. All right, let's move it up. Restaurant where the chefs eat indeed. It's the Angels and my boy Reed Detmers plus 120 dogs on the road at Andrew Haney minus 130 and the Walker Texas Rangers. Detmer has been a little bit of a disappointment for me, but I do see the underpinnings. So I'm trying not to sell out on him, but to be honest, my fantasy people, haven't really started him. 4.8 ERA, 1.5 WHIP, the xFIP, K minus walk ERA, Sierra all now below 4, the K rate 27, the walk rate at 9, not terrible, swing and strike 13.5, CSW 29, 30% whiff rate. That's what we like to see, but the control has been great. Ray's not getting ahead, and the ball rate up at 37. He's also suffered from some serious BABIP issues, right? 377 BABIP, even with the 43% hard hit rate. I think he's been overly punished, right? It's only 4.5 barrel, 1 blast. So even the hard hit balls have not really been damaged. But the struggles were real. I think Detmers, we kind of saw him do this last year, right? Correct the shape on the fastball, add a little bit to the slider, and he kind of took off. So I do still really like Detmers. I keep an eye on him. I'm not really jumping him. I think I'm leaving this one alone. I kind of want to jump on Haney, but I couldn't find an Angel hitter worth a damn right now against lefties. You got to rely on track record. So it's Trout or Renfroe. Well, that was the one thing that I did have circled. And again, cowardice. I'm wearing my losses on my sleeve today, out in the open. Haney throws a ton of fastballs, right? Like 55% fastball use. You know what? If you're saying we're heating up, let's go. I'm going to back this one because I'm going to turn around about this one. No, I want to go with Hunter Renfroe because I know that I dove into the granular stuff and at least that one was there. All the stuff I don't have it at hand. I can't bring it up now, but plus 80% contact, plus 430 xWOBA, 800 OPS against left-handed fastballs. We know Haney is a freaking home run machine. In particular, at home, something that you get on the sheet. Again, go use it for free, man. I don't even want you 25 cents a day at this point. He's really struggled at home. This is Haney, 260 BA allowed, 835 OPS, 5.7 ERA, 1.9 homer per 9. So that's what I like. I like the Renfroe look. Again, I'm not betting against the Rangers right now, right? If you're in a funk, don't bet against the Rangers. Jay, you want to split 5-5 Trout Renfroe? Yeah, if they're both plus money, I'll go with that route. If Trout is at negative money, then no. Because sometimes Trout is like a minus 120, and if he's right now he's slumping. Yeah, okay, yeah. So let's go. When you see the cursor rocking, don't come a knocking. I'm so stupid sometimes. Next up, Cincinnati Reds and Ben Deadly Lively, minus 110 on the road. Gotta love these Reds. I mean, Lively, I don't know, man. I know I got pegged as like a Lively backer just because I thought I saw some of the underpinning stuff. We hit that F5 bet, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm getting nervous. On the road against Daniel Lynch and the Kansas City Royals with cheese, plus 100 dogs. Lively 4.2 ERA, but the 113 whip nice and low. Sierra came at his walk ERA all below 4. 6% walk, the stuff we like. 15% foul, the things we like. But. Big shaking butt. 10% swing and strike, 37 ball, 29 chase, 89 Z-Con. Not a great disciplinary basket, especially when you get 43 fly ball, 10% barrel, 2% homer, 2 homer 9, sorry. And that all-important 400 expected ball on contact, right? So that's my favorite. That it's really, I mean, listen, it's so hard to access. It's the only contact metric. Yes, xWOBA is good, but you really, if you're talking contact, it's purely isolated. You don't want any of the other stuff involved. It's only going to muddy the waters, though they are very highly correlated, so it is okay to use them if that was your follow-up question. Brian Rose on Lively, over 4.5 Ks on DK. He's a believer. Yeah, listen, it's weird. He's got to get it on. He's got to get it on cold strikes. Lively does have the 27% CSW, and Kansas City Royals with cheese. Last 500 PAs. That offense is atrocious. Bottom 3 in doubles, runs, homers, OBP, OPS. 23K to only 6% walk, 12 swing and strike, 83 zone contact. So, like, if anyone is going to strike out, BR, Mr. Rose. You know, it's going to be that. So don't be afraid, right? Here's a lesson, people. Brian is super sharp. Again, with the chefs are over here. The chefs are in the corner there, like, whipping stuff up. You know what I mean? You want to attack bad offenses, right? Especially the ones that are kind of in the tank. We saw the Tigers that we were backing lose Riley Green, go in the Scheider. Royals lose Vinny P. Kind of, right? Same idea. Right in the Scheider. Fire Sports, 2.5 full game versus a left-hand pitcher is ridiculous. I didn't see the Nats, TT. Oh, I guess that one's up next. So this one I ended up leaving, although as I kind of look at it, I think it's because I was so trained on attacking Lynch for so long, right? He was always this kind of huge home run and walk machine. I know the whip is really high, but it's not necessarily the walk rate below 7%. 14 swing and strike, 35 ball, 67 first strike, 35 O swing. Like, a lot of that's really good. 360 BABIP is what's hurt him. The hard hit rates are low. The homer rate at half of a homer per 9. Right, he's gotten bashed by lefties so far. 1,000 OPS lefties so far without giving up a homer. Like, I'm not really buying that. I do like the Reds' offense, right? I like Ellie. He let us down in the total base prop. He was probably so excited looking at that garbage from Jordan Lyles. He was jumping out of his shoes, of course, and he struck out twice. Luckily, Lyles came out before he went over that prop. I was going to be nauseous. So, yeah, if you want the Cincinnati over on the strikeouts, I give you that. I think Cincinnati probably wins this one also. The juice is close enough. Again, I might end up jumping on this one later on. Maybe the Reds end up in that parlay also with, like, the indiscriminate winners that I like. Next up, it's our Nationals and Josiah Gray plus 215 dogs. Oh, man, I love betting on them, but I don't know if this is the spot. Houston's starting to wake up on offense, and my dude, Framber Valdez. People kind of laughing at me. You know, I took a little bit of fantasy. I have the receipts talking about him as a potential Cy Young. You know, Framber, okay, I'm very, very proud of the fantasy work I did. I'm going to really look forward to doing that year over year. Those detailed player breakdowns. Kind of put Matt's on Houston minus 20.5. Plus 7 jillion. But, yeah, this is a tough spot. So let's look at Gray. The ERA nice and low at 3, but the whip is really high. You know, Sierra came out as walk ERA north of 5 because the 12% walk, 39 ball rate. I mean, 56 first strike, he just doesn't get ahead. You know, he's falling behind. And rather than choose the home run, Josiah Gray's chosen the walk. So I don't know if you're going to be able to get away with that against these Astros. You know, they're pulling it and making tons of contact. So when he's in the zone, they're getting it, hitting line drives. We kind of called this a little bit ago. That offense starting to pick up. Bad news for Jordan Alvarez, by the way. Out at least another 3 weeks. I saw that today. So brutal. I mean, you go over to the algo, and I can't even get my own algorithm to love the Nationals the way that I love the Nationals. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going by the algo, I have a Houston cover through 5. I have a Houston cover full game. But I do have Washington closing just shy of 4. Fire, is that what you were saying? Is it 3.5 or 2.5? The full game. Oh, 2.5 full game. Fire Sports, call it out again. We got to maybe get this dude on if he wants. Yeah, you got to go with that. That's one of those bets that you don't want to say you bet it blind. But again, I'm not the only person that says this. I bring in people smarter than me. I've had Derek Carty kind of call this stuff out and confirm. And John Anderson at Rotorball, or again, like data scientists. People orders of magnitude smarter than me. Talk about when you model this stuff, like it first came up when it came to first 5 team totals being posted at 0.5. And it's like maybe peak Jacob deGrom versus, Valleyed Oakland Athletics. You could see not going over. Anyone else your model is going to go over. And now, like you're seeing with the walk stuff, and now with this, it's really, 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 really hard to model out below a 3. In particular, I just need to take a check. Houston bullpen. Not great. 3.8 ERA, last 40 innings. That's just about it. Whip is at 1.6, 275 batting average allowed, double-digit walk rate, 41 fly ball, 12% barrel. Like, doesn't sound like it's Fire Sports is give me the Nats. Rather than take the Nats and need Framber, although, Framber's human like anyone else. Framber is fantastic. Taco Core confirms. 2.5 is where, that's where we want to be. Plus, we love these Nats. And I think it's with good reason. I mean, first of all, they've paid us, and it's been on the back of, discipline, right? Best K rate in the league, last 500 PAs, top 3 swing to strike, number 1 zone contact. Middle of the pack, but maybe a little better than that batting average. So they're working pitchers, and they're getting into pens. And you've seen that, where the Nats have kind of failed on the first 5 and ended up coming through. I know my man Mike K is noticing that stuff. I love my daily DM, our Nats, doing the thing. I wish in other years, I don't know if I had less focus on shows or quality of content, making graphics and stuff. But like, man, I used to just fire off, our Nats, boom, hit it. And, you run. So, again, it's something we said for confidence, right, and validation in one's own work. All right, let's move it on. Man, I like that Nats team total. Jay, did you find that, by the way? Sorry, I'm going to hold on for 1 second. Did you find that one? How about the like button, people? Smash it if you see it. Cartoon fingers for your boy. Just matters so much. All right, it's the same idea, I guess. Man, really? I wanted the 3 to clear. Jay's got 3 at plus 105. I mean, all right, listen, let's take it, right? If I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, we're going to get 3. If we get 3 and we push, then we'll complain about that tomorrow. For everyone else out there, look around. You might find the 2.5 that Fire was talking about. Next up, Savali and the guards going to San Diego and the Padres. I wanted the Cleveland first 5 run line here, but I've been having trouble going up against the San Diego offense. Another one, we kind of called that one out. They were in the tank. We started to see the disciplinary metrics start to tick up. That's generally my first leading indicator, let's call it, for portending, production, let's call it, on the horizon. So now we're seeing that San Diego best chase rate, top 3 swinging strike. And then we know the quality was there. Top 3 pull rate, top 5 hard hit. And now the rest is kind of going, right? They're scoring runs, hitting home runs. I mean, come on, it's going to take a freaking genius to use, Tatis and Soto, Machado, Bogarts. And then even like Cronenworth, Sanchez ended up being a bit of a glue there. So I've been having trouble. I'm with you, Matt. Said he couldn't find anything. The one thing that I know that I saw that I kind of liked was there were walk props abound in this one, I think, also. Lots of discipline in this one. I also have a ring on the first 5 under. So for my non-cowards out there, any non-cowards, you can absolutely feel free to get that one because I have a ring. I only have it at 2-2. Again, Savali's been really good. 6.5 walk rate on his end, 7% walk rate on Waka's end, but a 32% ball rate from Savali, 73 for a strike, 91 zone contact. He's not walking anybody. So I know I saw that. Oh my God, it started pouring here. I got scared. I didn't know what was going on. 1.2 jillion units on it. No, all kidding aside. Thank you, Michael K. He found the Nats at PB, people. So, if you head over there, it's there. And that's a big difference, right? And at minus 125, again, you pay the 25 cents for the winning run, right? Because that's a winning run. So Cleveland and San Diego, if you wanted the first 5 under, you got it. If not, I'm going to leave it. Also, if the Cleveland first 5 run line hits again, I'm just going to complain about it. Next up, Tampa Bay and Tyler Glasnow, Flatfish of Florida, going to meet the Elephants on beach balls. Athletics and Medina. I got to hurry up. I'm going to. I couldn't get down with the juice. Not going to bury the lead. This is a Tampa game. Obviously, Medina stinks. One thing I did hit, if you want to bring up, is I hit the Randy Arozarena prop, and all the granular stuff rang out. Medina just terrible with the fastball. So his answer to the terrible fastball is to force feed it to hitters. Righties have a 270 BA, 926 OPS, more than 3 home runs per 9. Arozarena has been crushing from both sides. So that one's plus money. Let's get a Arozarena. We'll move it on from there. It's the Phillies, Broad Street Bullies, and Power Ranger Suarez, plus 120 dogs on the road in the desert against the Snakes with shapes on their back, and Merrill Kelly, minus 130 favorites. Be careful with the season stats here. 4.70 ERA, 1.4 whip from Suarez. However, he's been awesome the last 3. I think I went against him the first time I saw it. He looked sharp. We know. Yeah, we're going to get to it in a second, Brian. I got my eye on you. I see you. Everyone, you lead the pack. Clubhouse leader, and I see you. I see you. You're not wrong. I know. I've done better. In fact, let's just do it. Again, restaurant with a chef's eat. Brian Rose in the comments said, scare money, don't make money, Johnny. And you are not wrong, friend. You're not wrong. And it doesn't mean we just go bet on anything. It means the thing that you bet on because of your conviction, you continue to bet on. Because we understand variance, because we understand risk management, and we understand that a more robust ticket opens up the chance to play the even. And then, I do take my own advice. And that's why, for all the losing I talk about doing, my site is still up. Though not a lot, but we're up. We're up. And it's because even through losing, it's the process really that's more than anything. And then when you're like Matt Williams and you're the man, when you run hot, you start running pure, just doing what you do, being consistent, you take off. And that's what it's all about, right? Killing the big losses. Man, double lesson today. 4 possible outcomes. Small win, small loss, big win, big loss. Eliminate the last one. You find yourself on the path to profitability. Clip that one. All right, so this one I kind of struggled with because I think Suarez is being undersold. I like the Arizona offense a ton, but I don't quite know if they get to him, and I don't think this one is worth the juice. Again, Merrill Kelly, one of those guys who was just a guy type of dude, and now he's stepped up. Comment section is on the first 5 cover on the Arizona side. Arizona, top 3 offense in average OBP, OPS, and discipline across the board. Number 1 in chase rate. 354 team wobble, 121 WRC plus. However, we did pick up on that with the Phillies as well. Phillies, number 1 in runs scored, average, number 1. Called that. With the Schwarber home run, by the way, called that. A fire, we call that. We said that as soon as it happens, that he was going to be the catalyst. And that's exactly what happened. Matt says Merrill Kelly over Ranger Suarez. Going to have to agree with you there, sir. hard agree. But Philly is hitting and also top 3 ex-WOBA against righties. So if it went sour, that'd probably be what happened. Again, you could easily get this one. I want to check the algo before we move on. I have Arizona through 5 by a 1/4 of a run, right? 4/10 of a run. So I normally need a sixth to get a run signal. So, we're right there. We're simpatico. 15 likes. Anybody, press the like button, rate, review, and subscribe. Pretty please, because it matters more than it should. Next up, it's Miami Marlins and Yuri Perez plus 165 dogs on the road against my dude, Luis Castillo. These are always really tough to bet because the Mariners offense stinks. Miami offense had been looking good, and they just kind of wet themselves yesterday. That might have been the indicator, right? We called them out on the walk rate dropping, the ground balls rising, pull rate dropping, barrel rate dropping. Miami kind of looking kind of mad right now. Seattle is the definition of meh, totally. Just everything blue. If you're looking at my sheets, ever 26% K too high, 12.5 swing strike too high, 84 zone contact too low, and that's my worry. That Yuri Perez, even for the walks, the strikeout stuff is pretty strong. 13. I mean, I'm not the 25% K. Sorry, doesn't really tell the story to me. 13 swinging strike, 31 whiff, 16 foul, 81 zone contact is more what I'm looking at as far as the tapestry goes. So I don't think I can eat the juice here. Though obviously I think Seattle outlasts them. Algo really likes Seattle through 5 and a bit less so through entire game. Reason being, Seattle bullpen, just keep an eye on this if you're betting full game. 5.6 ERA list, 38 innings, 1.5 whip, 250 opposing BA, 45 hit, 1.6 home run per 9. So just to walk you through it, I can usually identify kind of what's going on. Yes, that's the next step. Comment section threatening to put up burners to get the like buttons. That's what I'm talking about, man. Listen, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Right? We bend the rules till they break them, baby. So I think I'm going to leave this one alone. Again, just one more hat tip when I see the Seattle too. Fire Sports and the sharpness of the crowd here. And those daily K leaders, that is so cool. I'm like looking forward to that. It's really a lot of fun, and we're going to start knocking those around. So Matt has this as his game to watch. I think I'm going to agree, especially first 5. I don't really look forward to like games that I have pegged for gross bullpen action. But yeah, I agree with you. Right off the bat, I'd really like to see this one for sure. Let's wrap it up, everybody. Got one more to go. It's the Pale Hose from the south side of Chi-Town and Clev Dog, Mr. Sunshine, plus 245 dogs on the road against the Trolley Dodgers in Hollywood, always up to no good. The old man, long in the tooth, maybe not. Looks like DD Cy Young, man. Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers. I just can't ever back Clevenger. Like, I don't ever care what he's doing right now. It's not because he's a garbage person. 1-4 whip, 5-4 X, FIP, plus 5 Sierra. Single digit K minus BB. Single digit swinging strike, all the stuff that kind of nauseates you. It just becomes really, really hard to kind of back this guy. None of the disciplinary stuff is there, 90% zone contact. So you're going to pitch contact to the Dodgers. You're probably going to get beat up pretty bad. It's funny, lefties have done the power damage. I guess actually lefties have done the damage in regards to power, but it hasn't stopped all the righties from getting on. Righties have a 260 BA. Lefties have a +2 homer 9. So what's that mean? How about Mookie doubles and, Muncy homers? So again, for the DFS crew, I think that's where I'm at. Let's wrap it up really, really quick. I don't know. Did we get to the 20? I feel like I got to be the man of the people, man. We got to do the parlay really quick. And if we have to post the graphic on the roundup, we can always do that. Remember, we want sharp people kind of making their own decisions anyway. Let's do the parlay, Jay says. And then we got to hurry and get out of here. Like I said, I'd rather we do more betting and doing less recapping. Obviously. Man, right off the bat, I'm scratching chins. Strider and Olsen. My problem is I had Lorenzen. I kind of liked Olsen. How about we go with the under here? Right, it'll just mean that the Braves only score 7. Can we go under 8.5? You got 8.5? Or is this? Or are they all stuck at 8 in the fulls? Yeah, if you go, let's go under 8.5. We want that run. It's going to be 7-0 Braves. But I want to. I'm getting worried, of course. Every time we bet on Strider, he gets nuked. But I think he's going to bounce back. The short offense kind of whack. Then I want the Twins. It's 4 games, so not Twins run line, Twins money line, because it's 4 games. If it was 3, I would have been a little more greedy, go with the cover. I think my boy Ober goes to work. I like his over K prop also. I think that was like -130. We can't parlay that, but I'm just talking out loud. I know I saw that earlier on. Then next up, it's Discofani, the Giants, Cardinals, and Montgomery. I think I was over this bad boy. Yeah, we're over this one. I got 4-4, so we're going to 9. So full game, 09 on the Birds and the Giants. Both of these guys could really There's a lot of smoke and mirrors here. There's a lot of contact pitching. Maddie, take care, man. Appreciate everybody that puts in their time and gets involved, right? Because that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, right? The stuff that you kind of can take with you from here. And then last up, it's I screwed up, dude. I'm such a disaster. The fourth game that I have at 4:00 is actually the Braves and the Tigers. So I'm not going to do that. Can you swap the Twins to the run line and then let's get out of here? And if not, then who cares? But that's what I would do. If I had a 3-pack, I didn't realize it is a 3-pack, not a 4-pack. Again, the doubleheaders kind of screw up my scheduling. I also have trouble with my formatting and stuff. So sorry to make it confusing for everybody. But really quick, the parlay would be I would be under 8.5 in the early 1:00. One line, Minnesota covering the 1.5. And then the Giants and the Cardinals over 8.5. That should get you between like 6 and 7-1. Jay Bird's got us at 725. He'll hit it for $3, yo. And then let's get out of here. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for taking part in the fastest show in MLB absolutely anywhere. Rate, review, and subscribe. Audio only people. That stuff matters more than anything. Like a 5-star review with the name in it is what gets you a job. Right? As what keeps these things on the air. If you want to see the recap, we'll get a screenshot. And we'll put it on Twitter, easy enough, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And we are out of here. Thanks for picking up what we're putting down. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your day. When we're done with the book, enjoy that pay. And remember, when you work this hard, there's a lot less like luck. Everybody in the principal's office, thank you so much. Because without you, there's no us, Peace.